This dish is so tender, creamy. You want these flavors to jump into your mouth, which is basically what saltimbocca translates to, jumps in your mouth. I'm going to show you how to make saltimbocca alla Romana. Ingredients for saltimbocca alla Romana. I have 4 veal fillets. They got different names around the world. They're basically veal little cutlets that you normally use for schnitzel. You don't want to use veal, you can use chicken, you can use pork, you can use beef. Up to you, okay? But the veal really is tender and it's got beautiful flavors. I've got 1 per person. So it's 4 of us at home, I've got 1 per person. I have a beautiful Prosciutto San Daniele, and you can use 1 to a maximum of 2 slices per veal. I've got fresh sage from the garden. Use as much as you can. A standard glass of white wine. You can use any white wine that you want. You might not have to use all of it, but have 1 glass of white wine with you for this recipe. Enough flour to dust the veals. 50 grams of butter. You can use more if you want, but at least 50 grams. Extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper. The first thing we need to do is to get a mallet and smash those veal fillets. So what you need to do is to get baking paper. So you get 1 baking paper for the bottom and 1 to put on top. We're going to place the veal just on top like that. I will do 2 at a time. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna place the baking paper on top. And now the mallet. Now with the mallet, don't use this side, use the side with a flat surface and gently, see, press on the veal. What we're trying to do now is to break the nerves and to get a better tender piece of veal, okay? So we want to tenderize the meat. Great, look how they are now. Look how much they grew. See, the meat didn't break. What we're going to do now is to add the prosciutto. So 1 slice of prosciutto is enough. I'm going to add the fresh sage. 1 leaf is enough. I'm going to use more for the sauce. I know it's not an ingredient, but make sure you have toothpicks in your house. You need to use toothpicks to make saltimbocca. The toothpick is needed to keep all these ingredients together. So what we do is, I'm going to put the toothpick through the sage and through the meat, and then we come back on this side. Okay, so what we do right now, by doing this, we make sure that they are stuck together. They're not going anywhere. And I put the meat, toothpick through. Great job. See how easy this is? Place it here to rest. What we're going to do now is to pass the veal, prosciutto and sage through the flour. Flour is very important to seal these 3 ingredients, and also is going to help us to get the creamy sauce that you want for this dish. I will start by facing this down. So we add the flour there, then you can put the flour on top. You can turn it around, do the same. Make sure every single inch of this meat is covered by flour. Don't worry about getting too much excess flour, okay? You do want the flour to make the sauce. Put it back on the plate. And now we do the same with this one. The best part about saltimbocca, they cook so quickly, in less than 10 minutes. On a medium heat, a nice large fry pan, we're gonna put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. We're going to add 50 grams of butter. The butter will help us to make it creamier. We also add beautiful flavors, and the extra virgin olive oil add that freshness and flavors as well. So a great combination of butter and extra virgin olive oil. While the butter melts, we're gonna add the rest of fresh sage. We turn the butter around. We don't want to burn the sage, but the sage is adding beautiful flavors to the oil and butter to our sauce. Now when we add the veal, we put this part, the sage part, facing down, okay? So let's start by putting the veal down. Now it's very important for us to add the wine, but not yet, and I'll show you why, okay? Because basically what we need to do now is to cook the side first, okay? If I'm going to add wine now, I'm going to remove the flour from the meat, and we don't want that, okay? So let's concentrate on cook one side for about 2 minutes. As you can see, the flour is making this already creamy. Can you see that? Can you see those bubbles? That's a combination of flour, butter, oil, okay? It's pretty cool, to be honest. You don't have to cook the side with sage first. But the reason why I'm going to do this today is because we have to go through the meat. And to go through the meat, we have to cook the sage, we have to cook the prosciutto, and it might take a longer time. So let's focus on that first, and then we turn it so we can finish it off. So look, I'm going to turn it now. As you can see, the prosciutto is cooked, the sage is cooked, so it releases the flavors. Right now you will be able to smell beautiful flavors. The oil, the butter are angry. They need to relax, and the wine is going to help us to get the cream that we need. So pour the wine on the oil, not on the steaks. So as you can see, I'm not using the entire wine. I kept some here. Quickly move your pan. What the wine is going to do, you're not going to drink the wine, so don't worry. The wine will add flavors, will tenderize the meat, and will make the sauce creamier, okay? The alcohol is completely gone, okay? So do not worry about that. But can you see how creamy the sauce is? Can you see? So I'm going to add the rest of the wine now. Veal Saltimbocca ready in less than 10 minutes. Look, the wine made the sauce, and we have it. That's it, we're done. Let's wait an extra maybe 30 seconds until the cream thick. You want to have a thick cream, so let's wait for this cream to thicken. Let's see if the cream thicken. Oh yeah, we definitely have the cream. Okay, that's it. We are done. Switch off the stove and serve this wonderful veal saltimbocca. Look how perfect these veal saltimbocca are. Look, perfect. I can eat all of them by myself, to be honest. Look, creamy. Look at that cream. Look at that beautiful cream. See? If you don't want to have wine with alcohol, you can buy non-alcoholic wine if you want to use it. It will do the job. But look at this. Look at this side. You can see it's very, very tender. All right, let's serve. All right, let's put this in a plate. Oh, stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. You basically want to do this quickly because otherwise the sauce, you want to do this quickly before the sauce thicken up, okay? If the sauce will become thick, you can always add a little bit of wine to make it runny again. Now let's pour the sauce on top. This is the comfort food that it might not look amazing, might not look, oh wow, I want that, but trust me, the flavors of this beats any other Instagrammable food photos that you see. Like these flavors are unbeatable. So what we're going to do now is to remove the toothpick. And I'm going to show you how tender this is. Are you ready? Watch. Look at that. Look at that. Meat is cooked to perfection. It's tender. It's creamy. Make sure you get the cream on top. Let's have a comfort food bite. Look, it completely disappeared in my mouth. It melted in no time. This is one of the oldest Italian dishes that it will be in your recipe books forever. How can you go wrong with this? So good. Look at that, look at that. It wants to jump in my mouth. Absolutely love it. Best part is here with the sages. Look, let's have the one with the sage. Delicious. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And again, imagine you're doing this with chicken, with any beef or pork. You just need to make sure you get some meat that cooks in no time, okay? You know what? It's perfect. But I even like the idea of adding some lemon zest or some lemon juice. I know it's crazy, but I think it will really make this dish even more refreshing. Something I've never done before. And the flavors I'm getting, it kind of reminds me of the lemon. So why not adding lemon? Do you like the idea? I think it's cool. Guys, what are you waiting for? You have all the ingredients in your house. All you have to buy is the meat. Make it. Make your belly happy. Make this meat jump in your mouth. You can thank me later. Just write a comment below and say thank you, Vincenzo, for showing me beautiful Italian food, because this is one of the most beautiful Italian creations. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I will see you on the next Vincenzo's Plate video recipe. E ora si mangia. Vincenzo's Plate.